Hi everyone, and welcome back to another Bork No Game video. Today's video is dedicated to animation canceling and how it can lead to better DPS for PvE game modes. Let's go ahead and jump right into this. Go into Quest, go into Grotto. This is going to be our practice area for this one in particular. Note that pretty much these applications will not work in PvP because the auto button is locked and you can't animation cancel in those game modes specifically. Alright, so let's go ahead and get rid of Maho here, and we're going to run the original three out of the four, right? So let's go and see how this works out. Animation canceling. Note that I have this in normal speed. Now you can see there that Kokoro did her tri-slash. Now, if you guys didn't know, there is an ability where pretty much if you cast her Union Burst right when she does her tri-slash, you can actually lock her in place where Pecorine is standing, alright? So whenever she does that, it's going to be very useful to make it so that Kokoro can tank if you need that capability. So watch right here, as soon as she does her tri-slash, we're going to Union Burst, and then we are going to technically animation cancel, quote unquote. That's how it works, right? So you can actually, there it goes right here, and then as soon as she casts that skill, now she is stuck in the front, technically in front of Pecorine, and this can be one of the ways that, you know, you min-max yourself as a Kokoro main, or in order to deal more damage in some way so she can be closer to the enemy. Honestly, it doesn't matter what distance she is. That's just to show an example, right? That's not really how you're supposed to use her. And note there that she was about to cast her lunchtime ability, Pecorine, and I actually animation canceled with her UB. Now, the reason why I wanted us to do that to prevent a heal is that setting your game on auto can also be detrimental, because sometimes it will actually cancel the skills that you're casting mid-fight, which is going to be very inefficient because you don't want to cast a heal too early, or you don't want to cast a heal and then get interrupted by a skill that you were just about to cast because you need to cast it as soon as possible, right? So marking those details in the times right here where it's like, hey, at minute XYZ, Pecorine is going to do lunchtime, and then as soon as that lunchtime stops, I'm going to cast a skill. And in some ways, this is why, you know, you don't want to use Pecorine, because her heal ability is not a DPS capability, and you want to have as much DPS as possible when you're pretty much dealing with clan battle, alright? Skills like lunchtimes, using people like Yui, it's not going to be efficient. I'll leave links in the description where pretty much I'll showcase a playlist of like clan battle stuff. So you can see right here, you know, I have like a little clan battle like playlist going on. I'm watching these, I'll share it out. So feel free to watch these. Now, those aren't guides, those are just showing you like how clan battle works and like what things that people use in order to functionalize their team, right? And note that if you are going to be like participating in clan battle, yes, you can set your game on full auto and you will have no worries whatsoever because you will complete the bosses. Note that clan battle bosses, they're not going to be ones where it's like, oh, I have to keep my team alive. It's going to be ones where it's just like, I want to deal the most amount of damage. And if you leave it on auto like this, right, you won't be able to deal as much damage. You might miss up to like maybe like 10k 15k damage. Now that might not be a difference to you since you're like, oh, that's only 10 to 15k or whatever. Now, but imagine that if that's multiplicative times 30, right? Imagine if every single clan member in your teams pretty much did auto. So 30 times like 10,000, that's going to be at least like 300,000 if I can math right. So because, you know, 30 times like 10,000, right? So 300,000. And imagine that over the course of 5 days. So 5 times 300,000, that's 1.5 million damage that you technically missed out on clan battle. Animation cancelings will really matter, because if you don't do it, the amount of damage going to hurt your clan is going to be extremely large in some case. Now, I'm not saying that everyone needs to be like that, because everyone has different play styles as far as like doing quests, doing clan and everything, but it'll help if you just want to provide your clan a little bit of a leg up. And we have one slot open right now. I will look at pretty much the submissions on Discord, because there's a lot of people constantly applying, and we are not going to be a super sweaty guild or clan. We are just going to be a clan that's going to be organized in the sense of folks who are not the strongest will be going first. Like for example, I have it in like descending, so I'm going to recommend Sam, Hugs, and Egas, and like all these folks, you know, they don't have too much power. they will go first because they don't have as many teams built up. And then folks who have higher power like Emi, Nitrim, and Yasiru, they will go later. That way we can get all of their power and all of their stuff pretty much accumulated. Because one of the strategies behind clan battle is pretty much making it so that your overall higher DPS will go last. That way you have enough DPS to tackle the end of the day bosses, because the end of the day bosses are going to be hitting much harder. Not to mention you want to deal more damage to those folks. All right, so let's go ahead and go over here into the Google spreadsheets, and note that we pretty much talked about the teams, right, and everything. Try to run like the Makoto, like June, Kaori, Kokoro, and Shori team in like Grotto, and try to plan out some skills in some ways. Now it won't be pretty much identical to these bosses, but I'm guessing you can at least go to like, you know, specific stages within story to sort of play out the scenario. 7-14, you can fight the bear here. It's not the same bear as clan battle, but this is just to get folks in the correct mindset of the way clan battle is going to be happening, because it's going to be those minor details where you're more prepared that will pretty much help you. So the CN players who are, you know, already knowledgeable on clan battle, they'll have a leg up on like being like, all right, you animation cancel with June during this set time. And I'll probably provide a guide on like, hey, like, you know, this is the team that I'm going to run with pretty much June and Makoto, and this is the times that I'm going to animation cancel with these characters. Note that everyone's power and like difference will be varying, but at least for the most part we can get a sort of rough idea. And let's go ahead and talk about the Crunchyroll stuff that was super awesome. As you guys already know, clan battle is going to be officially releasing on February 10th. It's going to be 5 days, and congrats on Tamias for pretty much getting a shout out in this article. Super amazing. You can see here, we see you, Tamias. What an awesome guy. This is an awesome community that we have in Princess Connect. I am so happy to be a part of it. All right, so the next biggest thing is this: if any players are caught cheating in clan battle, these players will be banned and their scores will be wiped. So even if you plan to cheat during clan battle, you will not be able to do so, because they will pretty much completely wipe you. Crunchyroll knows that clan battle is going to be one of the most important parts to players, and any hackers that attempt to do so will not be rewarded in any way possible. So that is a really good indication that Crunchyroll is taking a very serious stance on this hacking issue, especially for clan battle. And note that it might not affect the average player, but for folks who are spending like thousands of dollars within the game, or hundreds of dollars, right? Of course, they want to protect like their assets. They want to protect like the things that they care about. That way they can get the most satisfaction out of the game. And note that pretty much clan battle is going to be the highlight in Princess Connect in some ways, outside of the waifus, because the #1 highlight in my opinion is the waifus and how casual the game can be, because you can completely ignore all these try hard aspects and just enjoy clan battle and get like a free 500 jewels from it, because it also showcased pretty much the reward section where you can get 500 jewels, 15,000 and below. And the reason why that's so nice is because, you know, eventually every single 3 months, right, which is nice because you're essentially not doing anything and you just get 500 jewels, and this will be more jewels than, you know, you technically acquire in some ways than most like game modes, right? I think there's not going to be too many guilds like right now, I'm assuming, because note that, you know, one clan or guild is technically 30 members, so this is like technically 300 people within this bracket, and then technically like within like this area right here, this is going to be 3,000 players, and then by the time you get like 10,000 to like 15,000, this is going to be like, you know, obviously a much larger number. It's going to be up towards to, I'm not sure, I'm not very good at math, so I'm not even going to try and embarrass myself here. Hopefully, I feel like most players are going to be sitting like around this range and this range. My personal goal is to sit around like above like 5,000, maybe into like the 700 range, just so that we can get 2 multis. But I'm not really sweating it, because if Crunchyroll is able to treat this game with like the proper respect, where, you know, you get like a decent amount of jewels per month, I don't think clan battle is going to be too much of a big deal for, you know, more casual players, because I feel like Princess Connect, as hardcore as you want it to be, it's a fairly casual game, like at its core, and there's nothing to it that needs to be too complicated in my opinion. All right, let's go ahead and cover one of my favorite parts about events in JP really quickly. All right, so this is the gotcha event box, you could call it, and then right here, this is going to be the different reward sections. Note that this is a purple stone right here. This purple stone, I'm not sure the exact name for it, but it is insanely valuable. And note from the events you can get this. You won't be able to get this in our current events, but watch the power of this thing. So this is going to be Ceremonial Yui. You get this right now in JP absolutely for free. So if you just like log in, beat the normal mode in the event, which is really easy to do, you will get her absolutely for free. Now note here, I have the ability to pretty much upgrade her and rank her up. But we talked about that purple stone earlier, right? Watch what happens when I click it, and now I can go instantly from level 4 to level 180 max rank 19. So now that I hit OK, yes, we're going to use that stone. Note that these stones are particular to this character, and note that it is now yellow. So now we can increase this all the way up to rank 12, which is the highest rank that I can personally achieve right now. You pretty much hit max, you hit OK, and they will instantly go all the way to max rank with the best gear that they can possibly get. If I click this yellow button again, look at those wonderful stats, all of the gains that she just got. Yeah, this is the thing that I can't wait. I know it's probably not going to happen for a very long time, but I really wanted to tease this to you because for free to play, these are going to be units that aren't going to be game breaking, but it's just going to be so much fun to have these units where you can pretty much max them and see how they operate right from the get-go as soon as you complete certain parts of the events. And this is why I love Princess Connect as a game for the future, because it really shows you like the longer you stick with it, the more you'll be rewarded. And yes, this is one of the best characters. Great time to join JP if you want to pretty much get a taste of all the new events right there. And you can see here all of my skills are maxed. I didn't use a single thing. This is by far one of my favorite things in JP. Alright, that's it for today's video. Consider subscribing if you made it this far, dropping a like, leaving a comment. Thanks so much. 12,500 subs, the giveaway has already been done. The winners claimed it all. We're doing another giveaway once we hit 15,000 subs, so I can't wait for that one to happen. I'm more than happy to do the giveaways for those. Thank you again. You are absolutely amazing, and I will see you in the next one.